Those who did not understand, those who understood, okay, calculate ABCD. So the question was 2018, question number 5. They gave you different types of labors. There are 3 types of labors given to you: skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled. Understanding means they said number of labors for skilled 6, okay, semi-skilled 8, unskilled 6. And they said 100 days are being used for 8 hours. So I just calculated this. This is giving me 800 hours. Is it okay? Now for skilled laborers, since 6 of them are working into 800 hours, I'll be getting 4800 hours. Similarly, I have calculated these. This into this, I got this value, this into this, got this value, this into this, I got this value. Rate is already given. Same thing I have done under actual also. So they said under actual what happened, 104 days are being used of 8 hours each. And numbers are this. Okay, so these are the numbers used. I have used these numbers for number of days and hours. I have calculated how many hours I got. 6656 hours for skilled, 4992 hours for semi-skilled, and 4992 hours for unskilled. Rates are also given. Then I have calculated the total here so that I get to know what is the idle time. Okay, I got the idle time. Is it okay? Remove idle time out of it. I got actual hours work. Understand it? No idle time, so it remains same. So we got total hours work or total hours work. Okay, total hours used or total hours work. This is it under actual. Understand it? Same. Clear? And if you read the question properly, in the beginning only they said they're constructing one building. Means unit will be 1. Okay, remember output reduced will be only 1 because you're making only one building. Is it okay? This is a construction company. Then the 16 hours is the total hours. Is it okay? Total idle hours. I need to know out of these skilled labors what are the idle hours. Okay, so I will be distributing these 16 hours to each category in the ratio of their numbers. Okay, I do not have any other ratio. Okay, I can use this ratio also, but I prefer this ratio is better. Is it okay? Am I clear? Sometimes it is given in the question, how do you distribute these idle time? If it is not given, take these numbers or hours. Is it okay? As the base for distributing. So 16 hours, 16 hours, 16 hours to be given to these people on the basis of their number. So 8 out of 20. Okay, how did I get this 8 out of 20? This 8 out of 20, 8 plus 6 gave me 20. So this is the proportion I'm using here. 8 out of 20, 6 out of 20, 6 out of 20. So I use the proportion, I got 6.4, take 6 hours. Don't take in decimal numbers. 4.8, take 5 hours. 4.8, again 5 hours. Total you will be getting again 16. If it is not 16, you have to adjust the decimal numbers. Is it okay? In a way where after decimal point, if the number is larger than 5, then you increase here. Is it okay? For example, 6.4, it is less than 5, so I have written only 6. But here, 4.8, larger than 5, so I have increased. I made it 5. Is it okay? Please don't forget this. So I know individually also what is the idle hours. Out of skilled, okay, 6 hours are idle hours. That means here you did not work for 6,656 hours, you actually worked lesser by 6 hours. So this minus this will be the actual hours worked by skilled laborers. Similarly here you have to reduce 5, here you have to reduce 5 hours. Is it okay? Now let's calculate the variables as we have done in the previous chance. First value you have to calculate is A. Tell me the formula for A. Standard time required for actual production into standard rate. Okay, I'm using the short form so you can write down full. So A can be calculated under, because you have different types of labors here. We have skilled, then we have semi-skilled and unskilled. Okay, for skilled, let's see just for the skilled part first. So standard time required. Okay, so standard time required for skilled is 4,800 hours. Is it okay? For the construction of one building. Is this clear? So standard time required is 4,800 hours for the construction of one building into actual production. Okay? What actual production is also again one building into standard rate. So standard rate here we got rupees 50. Rupees 50. For semi-skilled, similar way you have to do it. And I know since it is one by one again, it will be one by one again, one by one. I'm not going to write. Okay? So I'll be writing simply 6400 hours. If you want to use it, use, it's okay. Remember, whenever you get confused, to calculate A, take this value into this value. So it will make an L. Is it okay? It will make an L. Yeah? Into 1 into the rate is rupees 40. Okay? Now the third one, the semi-skilled one, this by this into this. 4,800 hours by 1 into rate. So rate is rupees 32. Calculate each values here. What are you getting? What are you getting? Tell me.
2,40,000
Rupees?
2,40,000
2,40,000. Here?
2,56,000
2,56,000. Here?
1,50,000
1 lakh?
1,53,600
Total? Total?
6,49,600
Rupees 6 lakhs
49,600
49,600. So this is the value. All of you getting same values? Check if you have any differences, variances means something is wrong. Okay, once you're done with A, you have to calculate B. What's the formula for B? Standard proportion of total actual time worked or used, whatever you want, into standard rate. Now for B also I need a curly bracket because under this I have three types of labors: skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled. For skilled, okay, proportion will be for skilled this out of this. Is it okay? Semi-skilled this out of this. Unskilled this out of this. Am I clear? So it's easy to get the proportion. This out of this, this out of this, this out of this. So skilled one will be 4,800 divided by 16,000 hours. Is it okay? I got the proportion. For semi-skilled, 6,400 hours divided by 60,000 hours. Third one is 4,800 hours divided by 16,000 hours. I got the proportion. Standard proportion I got. Now of multiply. Okay. Total actual time work. Total actual time work. Go to actual. Okay, see, total hours worked or total hours worked or total hours used. Okay, both are indicating you this. Is it okay? So you're supposed to take this, not 6. Not this one, okay? Not 16,640, but this one. Is it okay? What are they asking? Total actual time work. Actual time work. This is only total. This is the actual total time work. So actual column, okay? Total hours work. Remember this. Actual column, total hours work. Okay, this value. So this will be 16624. 16,624. 16,624 into standard rate. So standard rates are given to you 50, 40, 32. Am I clear? Get the values for these. What are you getting?
2,49,000.
First one is 2 lakhs 49,000. Sorry, 360. This one.
2,65,000.
Remember, this is in terms of rupees, okay? Write down in terms of rupees. This one.
2,65,000.
2,65,000. 984. No. Check properly. 984.
So the first one I'm getting 2,43,360.
Different values, no?
Yes, sir.
Please check.
2,49,000.
2,49,000. 360. All of you getting this. Second one. 2,65,000. 984. Okay. This one unskilled. 1 lakh. 59. 590. In decimal also. Point 0.4. So it's okay. If it is more than 0.5 or 0.4, 0.6, more than 5, then you increase. So all of you getting these values? Find out the total of these three. Rupees 6 lakhs 74,934. So we're done with A, B. Now we have to solve. We have to get the value for C and D. Is it okay? Can I rub this A part? Now, the formula for C and D is almost same. Just remove the proportion. And in place of total, take individual values. Okay? So I'll take actual. I'm removing proportion part. In place of total, write individual values. So actual time worked within bracket individual values into standard rate. Now let's calculate. So under C again, skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled. For skilled part, you have to take the individual value, that is these values, not this total, not this total. What we did previously was we were taking the total. Now we will take the individual value. These are the values we have to take. First one is 6656. Okay, so I'm writing down here 6656. 5, 6. Idle time here is 6. So remove 6 idle hours. This is the actual time worked individual value. Is it okay? Into standard rate rupees 50. Clear? All of understood? Now for semi-skill. Semi-skill, take this part. 4,992 minus 5 idle hours into rupees 40. Okay, third one. 4,992 minus again 5 idle hours into rupees 32. Calculate each value. So reduce this and then multiply. Reduce and then multiply. Reduce and then multiply. All of understood? You have to reduce the values first and then multiply. Tell me what are you getting? Remember the board mass, okay? Board mass, you remember? B stands for? O stands for? D stands for? M stands for? A stands for? And S? Interview people will use board mass again and again. So get your concept clear about board mass. Okay? Once you're done with C, you can calculate D also easily. Proportion is not there. In place of total, individual values. No proportion. Individual values. Now for D it is not standard rate, actual rate. Now let's calculate D, which is equals to this but individual values, okay, into actual rate, not standard rate, actual rate. So individual values, same what you have done here. You have to take here 6656 minus 6 idle hours, 4,992 minus 5 idle hours, 4,992 minus 5 idle hours. Is it okay? Into not standard rate but actual rate. Actual rate is given to you rupees 60, rupees 48, rupees 32. Okay? Calculate these values, find out the total. This is your book. Once you're done with C and D, you have to so once you're done with A, B, C, D, calculate idle time variance and rate variance due to idle hours. So idle time variance is equals to idle hours into standard rate. Now you have 3 types of labors, calculate for each. Idle hours for skilled are calculated here. Okay, semi-skilled are calculated here, unskilled here. Is it okay? So 655. Standard rate is already given here. All the values are in the table. Calculated 660. It will always be adverse. Okay, so idle time will never be positive for you. It is giving losses. So adverse. A, adverse. Okay, then rate variance due to idle hours. Idle hours. Okay, holding into standard rate minus actual rate. So idle hours for skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled is 655. Then bracket. Okay, standard rate and actual rate. So for skilled it was 50 and then it was 60. First 50 then 60, so 50 minus 60. And first 40, then 48. 32, 32. This is 0. Okay? These two values, this is negative, so minus 60, minus 40. Yeah? So total you got here is negative 100. Is it okay? Negative 100. And again adverse. Either you write within bracket or you just write the value and write A. Is it okay? Or else you use the bracket. I'm using the bracket also and writing adverse also so that it is indicated with negative value. Is it okay? Once you're done with this, you have to draw the flow chart. Hurry up, draw the flow chart. So first one is labor cost variance, that is A minus D. A we have calculated, D we have calculated, plus idle time variance. She is using the short form ITV, idle time variance, plus rate variance due to idle time. RVIT is rate variance due to idle time. If you want to write full, it's better write full, but when you don't have time, you can write the initials. Is it okay? The short forms. Then A you got 6,49,600 minus D you got 7,97,960. Okay? Plus, now you have to keep all the values within bracket because those are negative values. According to the formula you got plus, but since 660, that 660 is idle time variance, as idle time variance is never positive for you. You have to keep it within bracket because it is a negative value. And plus, why we are writing plus? Because it is in the formula. Then again plus because of the formula. Now bracket 100 because rate variance due to idle time is negative. Is it okay? So any negative figure has to be shown with bracket. So ultimately, after those subtractions, you'll be getting 1,49,120 rupees, and it is also again negative. That's why A, adverse. A stands for adverse. If it is positive, you will not write positive side, you will write F, favorable. Okay? Under labor cost variances, you have two different types of variances. Means labor cost variance can be subdivided again. You can calculate further. So those two categories again there. First one is labor rate variance. Labor rate variance. How do you calculate? C minus D. You have the value for C, you have the value for D. Formula also already given, already calculated the value also. Okay, and here you got again negative value. Okay, 1,06,396 adverse. A is adverse. Then the second one is labor efficiency variance. E stands for efficiency, labor efficiency variance. How do you calculate? A minus C. The value of A and C is already calculated, and then after subtraction you got 41,964 adverse. Under this labor efficiency variance, you have two types of variances. That is labor sub-efficiency variance and labor mix variance. Okay, labor efficiency variance and labor mix variance. So labor efficiency variance again calculated using A minus B. Labor mix variance using B minus C. You have to remember these initials. Okay, you have to remember to draw the flow chart first of all using the variable ABCD. Is it okay? Then values are already calculated for ABCD. You just have to put the values. If negative value, remember A adverse. If positive value, favorable F. Okay, this is not yet the answer. This is only the flow chart. You have to draw. You have to write down the answers. You have to write down all the variables one by one. Write down the list of variables. So first one is labor cost variance. How much you got? You have to write down that. So actual solution is the list of variances. What you got? First one is labor cost variance. LCV, labor cost variance, which is equals to, the value is already given, 1,49,120. So likewise, you have to write down all the variances what you have calculated. So answer is not flowchart, remember. Answer you have to write down separately again. because they asked you what are the labor cost variances. So you have to write down the list of labor cost variances and their values. Don't give them the flowchart. They never ask you to give the flowchart. So please remember, these are the answers for you, okay? Labor cost variance, labor rate variance, efficiency variance, sub-efficiency variance, and mixed variance. This is the answer, not the flow chart. Flow chart helps you to calculate. Is it okay? The answer have to be given that way. All of you done?